final.
Yeah, I don't know. It was exactly. You described it well. The pressure is there. Both teams know you face each other, and you're competing for the Premiership. And it's possible that it will be decided over these games. And of course, the penalty miss, and that's why I expect a warm welcome tomorrow. I kept them invincible because of my miss. So in that sense, I was so disappointed after that miss, and didn't react to what happened after the penalty miss because of my incredible disappointment that I didn't bring the win, the 3 points to my team and to the club. So, and of course a year later and all things that happened, But in the end, 20 years later, it's great to look back. And when you meet other players, you're having a laugh about these moments. At the moment, then it was very tense, and now 20 years later, it's fantastic to look back on these moments and reflect on a great time of the Premiership in that period.
I mean, you played at the very highest level. You scored 150 goals for United, but almost it's the one that you miss that people talk about as much as anyone else.
Yeah, of course, Yeah, but that's also part of it. It was such an incident and a big moment. What's happening? It's so it's in everybody's minds. And of course, that's why I was explaining on the question before that for me, my time in England was 5 years. And I was able to win fantastic titles with United and also on a personal level. So I look back at a fantastic period, working under Sir Alex for 5 years with all these fantastic players. So for me, those 2 games are very famous in the country. But for me, it's nothing compared to my feeling of the 5 years.
And do you think you will get a nice reception?
I don't think so.
I mean, does that bother you, or is it?
No, it's good. This is football. I mean, when we play at PSV at our home ground, and there are players who played for our rivals, and they get a nice booing as well. So it's part of the banter in football stadiums, and I'm looking forward for my team that they come here to the Emirates and face an Arsenal that are currently in an unbelievable form. And for our lads, it's an unbelievable experience. Yeah.
Make another test on that level.
No, definitely. I think the away game at Ibrox was one of the better games in that period. And a week later, a bad spell in the second half that cost us the game. And of course, it's a while ago. Many games are in between. We developed, but Arsenal is on a different level. At this moment, top of the Premiership, top of the Europa League group stage, they're in a tremendous form, and a run of games that they're unbeaten. So, for us it's the biggest one of the season.
We've seen Ajax playing against the number 1 of Italy. It was a big gap. There's a big gap between the leagues. Is that also to be afraid for?
No, I think over the last years, the Dutch football is growing. We've seen Ajax playing fantastic games in the Champions League on the highest level, surviving group stages. Feyenoord in the Conference League final, also doing great in big games in Europe. So I think, of course, he can get beaten by a big club any certain time. But I think overall, over the last years, there's a development in Dutch football ongoing. That's what you also see in the list, in the coëfficiëntenlijst, whatever that translation may be, FIFA ranking. So in that sense, we want to show ourselves and see what we're capable of. Obviously, this time we're not favorites.